Hi there, welcome to this tutorial for the ukulele play-alongs of the song Duke of Earl. This song was released quite a long time ago, but what I've been doing is going through all of the old songs and making sure that there is a baritone version, as well as a tutorial for every song, as well as a chord sheet that you can find at UkeStuff.info if you want to play along in a different way. In this video, first of all, I'll talk about the chords you need to play the song on GCEA ukulele in the key of F. Then I'll show you the chords you need to play the song on GCEA ukulele in the key of G. And then I'll show you the chords you need to play the song on baritone ukulele, DGBE ukulele, in the key of G. Following that, I will talk about strumming. If you want to support the work that I do here on YouTube and in the ukulele world, there are three things you can do. First of all, you can like this video. Second, you can subscribe to both of my YouTube channels, the UkeStuff channel and the Uke Play-Alongs channel. And third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at www.buymeacoffee.com/UkeStuff. Let's begin with the chords you need to play Duke of Earl on GCEA ukulele in the key of F. You'll need an F chord, then you'll need a D minor chord, which is just the addition of one finger. Now, the hardest chord of these four, which is the B flat chord. There are a lot of people that avoid playing B flat chord. You really shouldn't. Let me show you the trick. The trick is to hold your ukulele securely with your strumming arm or strumming hand, because the strumming happens at the wrist, so you can hold the ukulele pretty securely. And then the chording hand really is free to just guide the neck of the ukulele rather than feeling like you have to hold it. Now with that, what you're going to do is you're going to take your first finger and you're going to go in between the first fret and the nut and pull against the fretboard, and literally pull against it. And what you're going to do is that leverage right there is going to stop the sound and give you pretty clear sound. If you notice, I'm not even using my thumb yet. Now, what you'll do is you'll add your thumb for some support, but this should never be a pinch. It's always a pull, and then you add two fingers to it. And you keep working at it. This does not need to be a pinch. It does not need to be a terrible thing. It should require very little force. Now, it is possible that your ukulele is set up poorly, and in that case, your strings are way too high off the frets. And in that case, either you're going to want to watch some videos on how to set the action on your ukulele, or take it to a luthier who can adjust it for you, although that can be an expensive procedure, at least $75. The final chord you'll need is the C chord. And those are the four chords you need to play Duke of Earl on GCEA ukulele in the key of F. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play Duke of Earl on GCEA ukulele in the key of G. First of all, you need the G chord. Then you'll need the E minor chord. I'm going to show you two things here. First of all, the standard E minor is a waterfall chord. That's what I call it. First finger goes to the first string, second fret, second finger to the second string, third fret, and the ring finger to the third string, fourth fret, and then you can play all four strings. There are some situations, if you have a low G tuned ukulele, where you might actually want to make this into a movable chord shape by putting the first two fingers down, letting the third finger go to the fourth string, fourth fret, and the pinky to the third string, fourth fret. That way that shape can move up the neck if you need it to. You can do that, especially if you have a low G tuned ukulele. Otherwise, you don't need to do that, and it can be a three-finger chord. Now, one other little trick for you. If you're on the G chord, if you put your pinky on the third string, fourth fret, that becomes the E minor chord in this song. So when you're going, all you have to do is add a pinky. You don't have to move your whole hand around if you don't want to. Then you'll need the C chord, and then you'll need the D chord. Now, there are a bunch of ways to play the D chord. I've got a recent video out on the UkeStuff channel about the D chord if you're interested in learning more about it. But very quickly, the books all show 1, 2, 3 in a row, as do these older play-alongs with the numbers of the fingers that were used for that font. But you can also play it with fingers 2, 3, 4. You can play it with two fingers, where the first finger covers strings 3 and 4, and the second finger covers string 2. You can also play it with a ring finger that's bent, and so you bend it that way, and the finger raises up and doesn't hit the first string. The way that I play the D chord is I put my first finger at the top of the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and my other 2 fingers around it like a tiny G7. That's what I do. Just don't reach around and play with your thumb, because that's going to cause all sorts of tension, and it's really hard to change chords. And those are the 4 chords you need to play Duke of Earl on GCEA soprano concert or tenor ukulele in the key of G. Now let's talk about the chords you need to play Duke of Earl on baritone DGBE ukulele. First of all, you'll need the G chord. Then you'll need the E minor chord. Then you'll need the C chord. And then finally, the D chord. That's it. Those are the 4 chords you need to play Duke of Earl on baritone DGBE ukulele. All right, let's talk about strumming. First and foremost, there was no ukulele used in the original version of this song, so therefore there's not one single right answer. Be very careful of anyone that ever tells you that there's a single right way to do anything on ukulele when it comes to strumming, because there's always more than one option. What you are playing is your cover, and it does not need to be exactly the same as any song. With that said, there are 3 general rules to follow with strumming. First of all, play the right chord at the right time. Second, keep a steady beat, whether you're playing by yourself or playing with a recording or a video. And third, make sure that whatever you are strumming matches the style of the music. As long as you're doing those things, you're good to go. Now I'm going to just show you 2 things that I hear here. The first one is just your standard strum. I'm going to use the key of G, although you could do the key of F here. And the first one just matches what you hear going on with the bass part. And if you notice what I'm doing, I'm going down, 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 up, and then your change. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. That's going to get you through most of the song. Now, there is sort of a little bridge area that occurs in the song, and in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to play the island strum, which is down, down, up, down, up during that part, and it sounds like this. And the trick with the island strum is let your wrist continue to move. If you notice, my wrist doesn't freeze. A lot of people start playing and they become very robotic and their hands look like they're going up and down with some kind of mechanical servo. That should not be the way that is. Your wrist keeps going, and it's whether you hit the strings or not. Down, down, up, down, up. So I've got some misses in there. Down, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, miss, down, up, miss, up, down, up. That's what's happening there. So between going and this one, that's all you really need to know to play Duke of Earl on GCEA or DGBE ukulele. Thank you so much for joining me for the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.